Baseball Night in America on Fox. Joey Votto and the Reds want to shut down the Cubs.
Tonight at 6 on Fox 18.
Mike! A little help in here.
Relationships come with baggage. Mike and Molly.
A full hour, weeknights at 5 on your Fox 18. What do you love about Six Flags? Share your favorite memories on our Facebook page, and you can win a Fox 18 family 4-pack to Six Flags. With 2 great parks, it's still one great destination, and only a short drive from the Quad Cities. This year, Six Flags is celebrating 40 seasons of fun, so your family can enjoy a world-class theme park and water park in one stop. And don't forget the Goliath, the world's fastest wooden roller coaster. There's something for everyone with themed children's areas, 14 different roller coasters, and fireworks every Friday. Go to your Fox 18 on Facebook and share your memories today.
It's Baseball Night in America on Fox. Joey Votto and the Reds want to shut down the Cubs.
Tonight at 6 on Fox 18.
It's Baseball Night in America, and the Yankees are making a statement in the American League.
That ball's high. That is far. That is gone. You're on the mark, Teixeira.
The 3,000-hit club waits on the horizon for Alex Rodriguez, who continues his milestone chase.
Home run number 661 for Alex Rodriguez. That breaks the tie with Willie Mays.
But don't expect the Orioles to roll out the red carpet as they make their climb in a hotly contested AL East. In Chicago, the future is now for Joe Maddon and the Cubs.
Cubs win! Cubs win! Cubs win! Oh, what a moment for the kid.
There's a new buzz around Wrigley these days, but that won't faze the division rival Reds led by Joey Votto.
Oh, he got another one. Tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row for Votto.
The defending World Series champs reminded everyone this week that their sights are firmly set on an NL West title.
Fastball in there, strike 3, called, he's done it. Chris Heston has no-hit the New York Mets.
But tonight, the D-backs stand in their way, with Paul Goldschmidt looking to put the finishing touches on his all-star resume. Baseball Night in America on Fox starts right now.
What do we got for you tonight? How about a little Yankees, Orioles, and A-Rod? Alex Rodriguez, 1,999 career RBIs. Had a nice year. Orioles won it last night, though Game 2 is coming your way. Meanwhile, we go to Wrigley, where it's the Reds and the Cubs and Chris Bryant, who leads all rookies with 35 runs batted in. He's also got a 9-game hitting streak right now. Yeah, he's good, America. The other game we're watching for you out on the West Coast, it is Paul Goldschmidt. The guy is putting up MVP numbers. His Diamondbacks taking on the Giants, Arizona, with a win to start the series last night. And the Fox Saturday Baseball Night in America pregame show comes at you right now. Brought to you tonight by Chevrolet. Glad to have you along. Got 3 big games coming your way. And I've got a big guy next to me. CJ Dukowski is here. I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Let's get right into highlights. A lot of action today. Some of it's still going, so let's get you up to date. And we'll start here with the Royals and the Cardinals. 5th inning game tied at 2. Jeremy Guthrie pitching. Mark Reynolds hitting. And he gets enough of it to get it out. It's 3-2 Cards. That one in the 8th inning. Well, it moves to Detroit. Justin Verlander, season debut. Remember, coming back from a triceps injury. So Michael Brantley in the 1st inning says, hey, he hits a line drive, but guess what? Anthony Gose, nice play in center. Verlander says, yeah, he had it the whole way. 4th inning, Tigers up 2-zip. Carlos Santana unloads his 7th of the year, but Verlander pitched well. 2 runs in 5 innings. How about the velocity?
Velocity was good. Sat at about 94, touched 97. Certainly good news for the Detroit Tigers.
97 is good news. Twins and Rangers. Twins are spiraling a little bit. 4th inning, Rangers already up 5-3 on Mike Pelfrey. Make it 8-3. Mitch Moreland, a 3-run bomb.
And Mike Pelfrey had been good, very good, up until today.
You know, Joey Gallo, you don't want to throw a pitch there. That is second deck for Gallo.
Down and into those lefties, they'll get you every time.
Twins also calling up Brian Buxton, they say, the top prospect in baseball. Mariners and Astros, after Houston bombarded Seattle and King Felix last night, Logan Morrison and the Mariners returning the favor. A 3-run shot off Colin McHugh, a 2-run shot off Colin McHugh. They were up 7-0 then. It's been all Seattle in Houston, 8-1 your final score. Nationals and Brewers moments ago, 9th inning, Washington up 7-2, I should say. Michael Blazek hits Bryce Harper on the knee with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and he has to come out of the game.
And you know this hurts right there as you catch that back knee right on the inside for Bryce Harper. A tough guy, but not that tough.
Listen, Ramos is a homer for the Nationals, and that one they do win it, but concern for Harper. Meanwhile, in New York, Mets have been great at home, facing the Braves. 7th inning, Shelby Miller has a 1-0 lead. Travis d'Arnaud recently back from the DL, and he comes through with a big hit. And then Maben with a bobble. It's going to now 2 runs to score. Mets take a 2-1 lead. They're trying to hold on 3-2 in the 9th as we speak. White Sox in Tampa, 8th inning, tied at 4 as Drupal Cabrera back up the middle. Alexi Ramirez to second, and the throw is wide.
He was going to have to make a great play to get that done, and unfortunately, Ramirez could not do it.
He made the first half of the great play, not the second. Souza scores, and it was a 5-4 lead and a 5-4 outcome. How about the Blue Jays? They had a 4-0 lead. Rusney Castillo, deep fly ball off of R.A. Dickey. Watch Jose Batista.
Such a great play. It's actually easier to do that when it's a tall wall. That half wall, you never know if it's going to take you out.
Meanwhile, that 4-0 lead is gone. David Ortiz off R.A. Dickey is 8th of the year, tied at 4. It would send it to extra innings with Russell Martin off Matt Barnes. That thing is getting out of there. His 10th of the year, 5-4 Jays in 11, and Toronto has won 10 in a row. They're red hot. As a matter of fact, because of it, here are the updated standings up to the minute. There are 4 teams separated by 3 games in the East. The Orioles are on a 5-game winning streak. The Jays on a 10-game winning streak. And the Yankees playing much better baseball, even though they lost last night. You know, this division may be underachieving a little bit, but it's interesting. We know that. Question is, how is it going to be won? Whoever it is, how are they going to win this division?
Well, here's the thing. It's probably going to take 86 wins to win this division, which is unheard of. That has never happened in the mighty American League East. For me, the Boston Red Sox are probably done. I know it's only mid-June, but things are not looking good for them at all. I'm not big believers in the Orioles either. Chris Tillman was so important to what they did a year ago, as was Bud Norris. Those guys are not getting it done. So now it comes down to me, to the Toronto Blue Jays, the New York Yankees, and the Tampa Bay Rays. And I really like the Blue Jays. This offense right now is off the charts. The most scored runs in all of Major League Baseball. They need some better pitching, but they may be able to go out and get somebody.
You talked about their offense, 16 home runs in their 10-game win streak. So, yeah, if they get enough pitching, they will be a factor. Meanwhile, Fox Sports is your home for the FIFA Women's World Cup all month long. And on Tuesday, Team USA continues its quest for a 3rd World Cup title when it takes on Nigeria.
It's De Bruyne and Belgium have scored! The Americans' World Cup dream is over.
It didn't end when the final whistle sounded, or when the fans headed home. It didn't end when the bars shut their doors, when the TVs went dark, when the celebration stopped, and the paint washed away. Because the final chapter of this story is just getting started. And all that we loved, all that we believed,
What a finish!
all that made us one giant beating heart is about to take flight. One more time.
Again, you can catch the U.S. women's team Tuesday right here on Fox. Now, some of you, as we get ready for soccer, we've got baseball coming at you right now. Some of you get ready to see the Giants taking on the Diamondbacks' Buster Posey. 7-game hitting streak. Oh, and he caught another no-hitter this week, so there's that for Posey. Where else are we going? In Wrigley, Reds and the Cubs. Joey Votto, a 3-home-run game earlier this week. That'll be fun in Chi-Town. Also, back east, we've got Adam Jones hitting .326 in the month of June. Orioles have won 5 in a row. They've got the Yankees coming up. Baseball Night in America continues in a moment.
The Big Bang Theory brings you the Genius Guide to Fine Dining.
Sheldon, you want to take a break? Your food's ready.
Yeah, what are you doing? He's both happy and quiet. It's like seeing a unicorn and Bigfoot at the same time.
The Big Bang Theory.
A full hour. Weeknights at 6 on Fox 18.
Your wireless company promised you nationwide coverage, then stuck you with this guy.
We're soulmates!
iWireless has nationwide service with no data overages, no surprises, no asterisks.
I love you! And your money.
Family of 4 with 20 gigs of 4G data is only $100. And we'll pay your costs to switch up to $400 per line. iWireless. Dump that asterisk.
There's something new happening in your community.
What's this?
A way to receive exclusive offers using your smartphone.
Oh, I've seen some of these businesses with my smartphone.
That's right. Scan and interact with the lid of your curbside cart using your smartphone. You'll love the exclusive deals from local businesses. Find great offers and discounts and information on how you can support our community.
Start scanning now.
Tuesday on Fox. America takes the field for their final group stage showdown as our nation rallies behind Team USA. Nigeria, USA, Tuesday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on your local Fox station.
Welcome back. We're getting closer to first pitch at Wrigley Field. Let's get it out to the guys calling tonight's game. Len Kasper, Eric Karros, and Jon Paul Morosi.
And we're at the famous corner of Clark and Addison here in Chicago as a huge crowd gathers inside beautiful Wrigley Field. And with the bleacher phase of the ballpark renovations complete, fans in the seats from foul pole to foul pole. Baseball Night in America features the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs under the lights here on Fox. Great to have you with us alongside Eric Karros. I'm Len Kasper. And EK, the Chicago Cubs, 5 straight fifth-place finishes, but they're playing for October this season, and they added a lot this past offseason.
Well, they did. They had a huge offseason. They go out, sign John Lester. You've got the young rookie now, Chris Bryant. But really, for me, the central figure, Anthony Rizzo. And he's having an MVP-type season. He's leading the Cubs in hits, home runs, doubles, RBIs, and for good measure, he got 10 stolen bases, which puts him second on the team. A great all-around player.
He's also been hit 14 times by a pitch. That leads the major leagues. Now to the Reds. A very different story. They may be in sell mode soon. They're under 500, really banged up. Still a lot of talent on this team. We know about Joey Votto, but the guy across the diamond at third base, Todd Frazier, becoming a star in his own right.
Well, he's starting to improve. And what I mean by that, each year he gets better and better. And this year, really coming into his own. And you look at, he's in the top 10 in the National League in home runs, RBIs, slugging percentage. When you talk about a guy that should be in Cincinnati, I'm not talking about just for the Reds. I'm talking about the All-Star game. This is the man, Todd Frazier, right here.
Couple of right-handers on the mound. Mike Leake for the Reds. It'll be Kyle Hendricks for the Cubs. NL Central battle from Chicago. It's Baseball Night in America on Fox.
The beast was as long as the boat. For 7 hours we did battle, until I said, "You will not beat me!"
Greg, what should I do with your fish?
Gary, just put it in the cooler.
If you're a fisherman, you tell tales. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Put the fish in the cooler!
And you and me.
No matter how they toss the dice,
it had to be
the only one for me is you.
And you for me.
So happy.
Now there's a rewards program that lets you earn points at one place and use them at another. Introducing Plenty. When it comes to rewards, there's Plenty together.
There are games, and then there's the All-Star Game. Champs, MVPs, and the hungry ones. It's the the All-Star Game of All-Star Games, the All-Star Game that decides who's playing Game 7 of the World Series at home. This is a game where this guy, or this guy, or this guy can bat anywhere in the lineup. Look at that bat speed. Can you imagine the power this man's about to unleash? But do not feel bad for the guys on the mound, no. Because after you see these arms, this one's coming in from the pen. Look at these fast feet. And this is the best leather in the world. It's a simple game. Bat meets ball. The guys heading here are just the ones that do it best. Queen City, Cincinnati, July 14th, the All-Star Game on Fox.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field. The temperature has dropped a bit here over the past couple of hours. 73 very comfortable degrees. Yeah, it's a bit humid, somewhat hazy out over Lake Michigan. The wind is blowing in tonight, and it's mid-June. That doesn't always happen once we get into the summer months, and we may have a scattered shower a little later, but hopefully not. And let's check in on Brian Price's Reds lineup. They have won 5 of their last 6. Skip Schumacher will be the leadoff guy tonight. He is in left. Eugenio Suarez, he's in because Zach Cozart's done for the year at short. Joey Votto, Todd Frazier, Jay Bruce, the veteran guys in the middle. Christopher Negrón, Brandon Phillips day-to-day. Tucker Barnhart is the catcher. Mike Leake, the pitcher, batting 8th. And Billy Hamilton, the speedster, playing center and hitting 9th. And Kyle Hendricks will pitch tonight for Chicago.
Well, you look at the ERA, it's under 4, which is nice for this ballpark. But what he needs to do tonight is give this ball club some innings. You've got to stay away from that bullpen. The bullpen being used the last 2 ball games. He needs to give him some length.
And as we get going, let's update the National League Central. The Cardinals, seems like a guy goes down about every other week, but they continue to lead this division by a bunch. The Cubs very much in the wild card race. It's early, we know that, and the Reds 4 games under have gone through a ton of adversity here lately. And Eric, they probably need a really good winning streak to avoid maybe being a seller at the trade deadline.
Well, they really do, but you talk about what's gone on with St. Louis. I think that gives hope to everybody else in the division, and that's where you're walking that fine line if you're the Cincinnati Reds. Do you still think you can compete, or do you unload and plan for the future?
So it is Hendricks making his 25th Major League start. 25 years old, product of Dartmouth College. And the first pitch of the ball game is hit on the ground. Nice backhanded play by Addison Russell. Short hop pick by Rizzo on the other end. He's 21. He's a shortstop by trade, but he's made a lot of those plays at second base.
Well, you want to talk about athletic ability. You see it at both ends here. Great pick by Russell at second base. And now look at that. Rizzo over at first. We talk about the offense. We talk about the speed. Rizzo picking it. And, of course, that man right there. He may be the best shortstop out here on the field today. And he's playing second base.
So one interesting out. And here is the shortstop, Suarez. And he takes a strike. 2 for 7 in 2 games since coming up from AAA Louisville. A devastating knee injury for Zach Cozart. He is done for the season. We know about Cozart's glove, but he was having the best offensive season of his career. Here's the 1-1, a hard hit ball, backhanded Chris Bryant. How about the defense? We just got started.
Well, you talk about this infield. It's the youngest in Major League Baseball, and you've seen already why people here in Chicago are so excited. 2 very athletic plays made by youngsters. And, moving forward, it isn't the great play, it's the routine play that these youngsters need to manage.
Well, we talked to Joe Madden about that before the ball game as Joey Votto takes a sinker off the outside corner. He said you can live with some youthful mistakes, and it's interesting, both guys who've made the plays here in the first made critical errors yesterday as the Reds won in extra innings.
But that's the thing. They've put that behind them, and they've come back the very next day. And that's what you like to see is force them to have to make a play where they just react. And react they both did.
2-1 on the very patient Joey Votto. He's reached base now in 21 consecutive games. Hendricks, a pitch to contact guy. That's his best pitch. That's the changeup.
Well, you see that just runs away from the left-handed hitting Votto. He does make contact, going to have to shoot it to shortstop or third. But as you mentioned, all about location with Hendricks, not going to overpower you with anything.
Votto had a 3-homer game on Tuesday against the Phillies, but he strikes out here looking. And a quick 1-2-3 for Kyle Hendricks. Cubs are coming up against Mike Leake.
What do you think?
When I first sit in the seat, it makes me think of a BMW.
I feel like I'm in a Lexus.
You would think that this was a brand new Audi.
It's like a luxury car.
It feels kind of like an Infinity.
Very similar to Range Rover.
This is pretty high tech.
Yeah, it is. It reminds me of the Mercedes.
This is Chevy? Wow.
I have a new appreciation for Chevy.
They thought about me.
I could totally rock this.
This thing feels pretty boss.
It looks kind of dope.
That's pretty cool.
This is the jam.
Pretty bomb, dude.
Maybe I will go Chevy.
I'm definitely.
Welcome to Jurassic Park. Clever girl.
Rated E10 for ages 10 and up.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast, a Taco Bell original, is back in bottles and cans.
What?
Get some while you still can. Now with new Sangrita Blast. Head & Shoulders with Old Spice. America's #1 male dandruff brand. Keeping you 100% flake-free. Guaranteed. While smelling 100% handsome. Take a whiff. Head & Shoulders with Old Spice.
Introducing the first ever gummy multivitamin from Centrum. A complete and tasty new way to support your energy, immunity, and metabolism like never before. Centrum Multi-Gummies. See gummies in a whole new light.
A 9-pitch top of the first for Kyle Hendricks. Let's check out the Cubs starting lineup. Joe Madden likes to move things around. Dexter Fowler in the leadoff spot as per usual. Chris Coghlan, though, moving up and batting second. We'll tell you why later. Rizzo, Bryant, Miguel Montero in his first year with the Cubs has been very good. Starlin Castro, the shortstop. Mike Baxter gets the start in right. Jorge Soler is on the disabled list with a sprained ankle. Pitcher bats 8th in Madden's lineup, and it's Addison Russell hitting 9th. And right-hander Mike Leake is ready to work. A couple of guys, Eric, who like to work fast. Hendricks and Leake.
Well, we're not opposed to that at all. And Leake likes to get the ball and just go, go, go. Keeps his defense involved.
Dexter Fowler. 2 balls, no strikes. Leake, 27 years old, went right to the big leagues after going in the first round in 2009 out of Arizona State. And Fowler lost his footing on that swing.
Not typical for a leadoff hitter. 2-0 count right now. This pitch almost in the dirt. Fowler looking to lift and separate right there.
Now 2-2. So Leake drafted in 09. Was in the Reds rotation to start 2010. And his first major league outing was against the Cubs. Let's bounce to Votto, and he'll take it unassisted. And let's get our keys to the game. EK, sponsored by the Lincoln Motor Company.
Well, pretty simple for Cincinnati. They've been able to get runners on, but they can't get them in. The lowest hitting team with runners in scoring position. The Cubs just need to save that bullpen, and Joe Madden's gone to that bullpen early the last couple of games. Had to use him, went extra innings the other night. Just need Hendricks to go long.
So I mentioned Coghlan moving up the lineup. 3rd time he's hit second. And there's a big reason for that. He's 9 for 11. Diving stop. Chris Negron keeps Coghlan from improving to 10 out of 12 against Mike Leake. So the Reds playing great defense here in the first.
Well, we've seen 3 great defensive plays early on in this ball game. Lays out there, throws the ball from his knees, a perfect toss. The Reds, one of the better defensive clubs in the entire game.
Could I say that was Brandon Phillips-like?
That was Brandon Phillips-like.
Well, the Reds will overshift to the right on the infield against Anthony Rizzo. You made a really good point in the open. The Cubs added a lot over the winter, but the emergence of Rizzo here these last 2 years, probably their biggest development.
And he continues to work to try to improve his game, to add different elements. This year it's the speed element. Running the bases well. I think the thing that's impressed me most about him, he's not satisfied. Not satisfied being one of the best in the game right now. He wants to get better.
2 balls and a strike. Leak from the first base side of the rubber, and that breaking ball tapped foul.
Well, you take a look at the way that Reds are defending Anthony Rizzo. You've got that short right fielder.
Two on the way. It's in the dirt. Cubs get into a lot of 3-2 counts. They may be the most patient team in baseball, which is a big change.
Well, they're going to make the opposing pitcher work. They make adjustments. I like what Rizzo does when he gets 2 strikes. He goes away from the leg kick. He keeps that foot flat on the ground. Prior to that, he'll raise that front leg. You notice it's just that right foot, just a little toe touch. Where prior to having 2 strikes, he's got that little kick, little load.
Chokes up ever so slightly with 2 strikes. Puts that one hard on the ground. Diving stop. Todd Frazier out at first. We've got a night's worth of highlights on defense, and we've only played 1. And we're scoreless. This is a third baseman, folks. What a play.
I've been driving a Lincoln since long before anybody paid me to drive one. I didn't do it to be cool. I didn't do it to make a statement. I just liked it.
Lease an MKC for $329 a month, plus competitive owners and lessees get $500 bonus cash only at your Lincoln dealer.
This is the feeling of turning a game you love into a lifetime of cash. DraftKings.com, the daily fantasy golf destination, is giving away $2.5 million in golf's next major, and winning's simple. Just pick your sport, pick your players, and pick up your cash. Play with promo code FLY this week and get free entry in golf's next major June 18th. Winner gets $1 million. Get to DraftKings.com now.
Head & Shoulders with Old Spice, America's #1 male dandruff brand, keeping you 100% flake-free, guaranteed, while smelling 100% handsome. Take a whiff. Head & Shoulders with Old Spice.
Feel it in your heart and feel it in your soul. Let the music take control.
The delicious taste of new Bud Light Lime Lemonade Ritas. Fiesta forever.
About as eventful as a couple of 1, 2, 3 frames can get. Top and bottom of the first, featuring terrific glove work And the guy who ended the bottom of the first with a diving play, Todd Frazier, will lead it off in a foul strike. You know, one thing I've noticed in spring training here these last few years, most teams now are employing shifts in spring training, which I think is a great idea. Instead of just playing straight up, you might as well do stuff that you're going to do in the regular season. Right?
Well, and again, it gets people familiar with certain spots. You're not necessarily just rotating people over. I mean, sometimes you have that third baseman go over to the right side of the infield. And again, it's becoming more and more pronounced. And I think as it continues to show success, we may have to rename the positions.
Right. The areas of the field may become the positions
Sure.
and not the actual people on the field. Look at that. 1-2 to Frazier. And he bounces to Bryant. Tonight's telecast is sponsored by the Lincoln Motor Company and the first ever MKC. Now Jay Bruce. A game-saving diving catch in the bottom of the ninth on Friday. The Reds won it in 10. As Chris Coughlin will make the catch. And Jonathan Herrera off the bench ripped a liner into right center, and Bruce took it away. That would have been a game ender.
Yeah, when that ball was immediately hit, I thought that thing was dropping. Cubs win, right? But Bruce never let up, laid out, extended, made a great catch. The Reds come back and score a run the next inning, and really defense dictated the game.
There's Christopher Negron. Sinker in there for a strike. Hendricks efficient. He's gotten 5 outs on 14 pitches. That was only his 15th of the game. There's a base hit into center. So Negron in for Brandon Phillips, who's still dealing with that groin injury. Pinch hit yesterday, but probably won't see him in the lineup until early next week. And a 2-out base hit. Tucker Barnhart, switch hitting backup catcher. Brian Pena has grabbed most of the playing time with Devin Mesoraco on the disabled list with a hip injury. We spent a lot of our time talking with Brian Price before the game about guys who are not even on their active roster. That's not a good thing for any manager.
No, it's really been a frustrating season for the Cincinnati Reds ball club. And coming into the year, you know, they felt like they could compete for the division if everything went right. And so far, from a health standpoint, nothing has gone right. You're talking about Homer Bailey being gone. You're talking about Mesoraco, who a potent offensive force. You're going to try him in left. That seemed to go by the wayside the other day.
So Bailey is done. Sean Marshall has had a couple of rough seasons with his shoulder issues. Rookie starter Raisel Iglesias on the DL. Marlon Byrd, who would be in left field right now, has a fractured wrist. Called strike 3, and that will end the inning. Pitchers have dominated early on after an inning and a half. 0-0.
Guys, it's just the two of you. The setting is just right. But here's the thing. About half of men over 40 have some degree of erectile dysfunction. Well, Viagra helps guys with ED get and keep an erection. And you only take it when you need it.
Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain. It may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing.
Ask your doctor about Viagra.
They have no fear of outfield walls. They'll get to home plate, even if it's head first. For all their sweat and grit, Arm & Hammer and OxyClean proudly help baseball players everywhere look their best. Official detergent and stain fighter of Major League Baseball.
16 wide eyes. Driver's license, took 2 tries, bought a Roadster secondhand. Playing parties with the band, loaded up, off to state. Hijinks, tailgates, starter, midsize, family cruising. Now in the garage, something new reminds you of when you were you.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast, a Taco Bell original, is back in bottles and cans.
What?
Get some while you still can. Now with new Sangrita Blast.
Only T-Mobile has America's best unlimited 4G LTE family plan. 2 lines of unlimited 4G LTE data for $100 a month. Need a phone with that? Get the LG G4 for $0 down. Switch to T-Mobile today.
Tonight's telecast is sponsored by T-Mobile. Switch to the Data Strong Network. Fans, it's time to vote your All-Stars with the 2015 Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot for the 2015 All-Star Game. Vote at MLB.com/vote. Catch all of the excitement of the 86th MLB All-Star Game July 14th live on Fox from Cincinnati. Here's Chris Bryant, 23-year-old rookie against Mike Leake. First pitch swinging, and he rips one into left for the Cubs' first hit.
Well, taking a look at Chris Bryant, his approach stays behind the front side, drops that back elbow into the slot, keeps the head down. I mean, fundamentally, that's as good as it gets. And we talk about this Cubs club being patient and seeing a lot of pitches, but they will also go up there, and if they see something they like, they're hacking.
Miguel Montero came over in December from the Arizona Diamondbacks. And he drives this one out into deep center. Hamilton's back on it. It's into the basket. A 2-run homer for Miguel Montero, his 3rd homer of the week. That's his 9th of the year.
Well, Montero taking a cue from Chris Bryant, getting up there, seeing that first pitch that he likes and driving it into center field. In the basket for a home run.
The Cubs were shut out Tuesday night in Detroit, including that home run. They've scored 24 runs over their last 4 games. They've come out hacking here in the second as Starlin Castro will fly to Billy Hamilton. I mentioned the wind was blowing in when we started. It's not doing a whole lot right now, and when the flags are limp, it becomes a hitter's ballpark.
Well, it's ironic because you always see in the highlight shows the wind's blowing out at Wrigley, and what a great place to hit. I remember playing here for a season. You know, it's not as hitter friendly as people would like to believe.
Yeah, the wind over years and years generally blows in about 2 out of every 3 games. Mike Baxter playing right. 1 ball, 1 strike. That sinker misses off the outside corner. Cubs right now are a half a game behind the Giants for the 2nd wild card spot. The Pirates won earlier today. But it will be an interesting watch in this National League Central. I think as a whole the division has been better than a lot of people thought it would be. The Brewers have been the big disappointment. But many are going to see if the Cardinals can do it over the long haul with all their injuries. So far they have.
Well, they have up to this point. Again, we're just, past a third of the way through the season. But as you mentioned, with all the injuries that the Cardinals have suffered up to this point, and look, Wainwright's not coming back. You don't know how long Holiday is going to be out. Matt Adams is out for a while.
That's soft liner, a base hit. And our new player metrics are being measured by Major League Baseball's StatCast tracking system. Here's the home run.
You see it comes off at 105 miles an hour. Look at that launch angle, 23.1 degrees. 70 feet up in the air.
It was a bullet.
Yeah, I was going to say, Montero doesn't care about all that. He's saying that, look, that thing went over the fence.
Pitcher bats 8th in the Cubs lineup. They've done it all season, save for a couple of games in the American League parks. The Reds are now doing it as well. Joe Maddon likes how the 9-hitter feeds back into the top of the order and the RBI guys. The other thing is Joe Maddon's in the National League, but he does not like to bunt. The Cubs are the only National League team without a sac bunt from a pitcher. And we're in mid-June.
Well, he values outs, and he refuses to give them away, except for now.
Well, they've tried it a few times. They just haven't been successful. It's Gary Jones, the Cubs' third base coach. Single home run on the first 2 pitches of this inning. Kind of an ambush against Leake after he worked a 1-2-3 first. There it is, the first successful sac bunt by a Cubs pitcher. And only as a team now 9 on the year. Look at they're pumped about it.
Well, that was a 2-strike bunt. Puts him in scoring position for Russell. Look at the smiles in there.
They look like they had an office pool. Who was going to get the first one? Yeah, that should put to rest any speculation that Major League players don't know what the stats are. They know very well. Strike called on 21-year-old Addison Russell. Came over from Oakland last July in the trade that sent Jeff Samardzija and Jason Hamill to the A's. Now Hamill is back. He re-signed with the Cubs as a free agent.
You see that the Cubs also struggling hitting with runners in scoring position. Again, that comes with maturity. Got a young team, young hitters. Really great discipline right now from Russell. 2 pitches that could have gone either way. Lays off. Got the count in his favor now. Still think Leake is going to nibble.
Leake, a terrific athlete, fields his position well. One of the best hitting pitchers in the game. Jay Bruce will make the catch. 2-run homer, Miguel Montero. Baseball Night in America will return to Chicago after a word from your local Fox station.
Nigeria, USA.
There's a lot to love about TiVo DVR service from Mediacom. Check it out.
A movie, a show, an actor. I
I just type it in, and TiVo finds it wherever it is. I can even search the web.
YouTube, Spotify, Netflix, and more right on my TV.
Plus, with TiVo, I can set a recording from anywhere.
And download my recorded shows to watch on the go.
TiVo DVR. Get it as part of Mediacom's complete entertainment package. Mediacom, the power to simplify.
Hey, Railfest traveling. What the heck's going on out there? Flagrant.
Bo needs my help.
What?
I'm from Camp, Wisconsin.
You need to have some fun. Whoa, yeah.
Wisconsin. Amazing what a little fun will do.
When she comes, she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes.
This is real buttermilk. And when you mix it with flour, it makes real biscuit dough, which is where real biscuits come from. This is made from scratch.
The Mile High Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit with thick-cut Applewood smoked bacon pieces. Only at Hardee's.
A green Chevy pre-driven deal so great, it'll leave you speechless. Green Chevy, so great, it'll leave you speechless.
Green, green, gotta go to green.
Make a date with Mike and Molly.
Weeknights at 5 on your Fox 18.
Our coverage of the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup continues Monday. Thailand takes on Germany on your local Fox affiliate. The Netherlands will square off against host country Canada on Fox Sports 1. Tuesday, Team USA continues its quest for a third World Cup title, taking on Nigeria. Back on your local Fox station. Catch the whole tournament streaming live on Fox Sports Go. That might be a record. Finish the promo. It's already 0-2. Swing and a miss. He makes quick work of Mike Leake. Jon Morosi is with us tonight down on the field, and we got a couple of college pitchers, and not to slight Arizona State in any way, JP. We've got an Ivy Leaguer on the mound.
We do, Len, and Kyle Hendricks didn't just go to Dartmouth College. He was able to complete his degree. He was drafted after his junior season, but in the fall of 2013 went back and finished his credits toward graduation. I asked him what was the toughest class he took when he went back. He said abstract algebra. He was an economics major, Len, with a mathematics minor, so a gentleman and a scholar on the mound for the Cubs this evening.
Algebra wouldn't even have to be abstract for me to struggle. Yeah, he's a smart guy. He treats every start like it's an exam. Goes over a lot of video. He said he's a very visual learner. And sometimes, and Eric, you can speak to this, you know, paralysis by analysis, your brain can get in the way, but everybody around Kyle, they seem to believe that his brain has actually helped him get to this level.
Well, information is there for you to use. You don't need to digest all of it.
Called strike 3. 4 strikeouts now, 3 in a row for Hendricks.
Hendricks is doing a nice job of changing velocity, moving the ball in and out. Also helps to have a 2-run lead. But you watch the movement. He threw a similar pitch to Votto, where the left-hander sort of gives up on it and runs back over the plate.
13 of his last 14, make it 14 of 15 have been strikes. Ground ball, backhanded neatly by Bryant. Not a good throw, but Rizzo kept his toe on the bag, and that will end the inning. So Hendricks missing bats, getting called strikes, and his defense has been terrific behind him.
Why pause a spontaneous moment to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom?
Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
On June 19th, from Disney and Pixar, meet the little voices inside your head.
She's looking at us. What is it, woman? What?
For this, we gave up that Brazilian helicopter pilot?
Fly with me, gatinha. Inside Out, in 3D, rated PG.
Code and don't drive a Dodge, you'd be pretty offended right now.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast, a Taco Bell original, is back in bottles and cans.
What?
Get some while you still can. Now with new Sangrita Blast.
3, 2, 1.
Cut the wrong wire. Get a face full of
hot wing sauce, motor oil.
Cut the right wire, and you could win
$500,000.
And that ain't chopped liver, but this is. Boom premieres Thursday, June 25th on Fox.
MasterChef is cooking in
Vegas, baby.
Will the pressure send someone off the deep end?
Hey, you're fired.
All new Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Bottom of the third, the Cubs batting, leading 2-0. This is game 3 of a 4-game series. The Cubs won Thursday. The Reds in extras took game 2 yesterday. Cubs play a lot of close games. Over half, 30 of their 59 games have been decided by 1 or 2 runs. Two and 1 on Dexter Fowler. Leake has faced the Chicago team a lot in his career as that ball is lined to the shortstop Suarez. Cubs have hit some balls pretty hard early on.
Well, as you said, we've seen some nice defense so far. Leake not fooling a lot of guys right now. You mentioned his defense has helped him out. Bryant and Montero both struck the ball well.
Two starts ago, Mike Leake in Philadelphia took a no-hitter into the 7th inning. He got a no decision in that game. It went 11. Strike on Coughlin, who's now 9 for 12 against Mike Leake. He was 8 for his first 8. You ready for this? Single, single, double, single, double, double, single, home run. The first 8 at-bats in Coughlin's career against Mike Leake. Did you ever have an 8 for 8 against one guy?
Well, I think in Little League against Jim Carroll. I had a couple of hits in a row, and I parlayed that into the next Little League game. You know, the thing is, too, that becomes mental after a while. Leake out on the mound thinking, you got to be kidding me. But the tide may have turned. Last at-bat. Great play by the Reds' defense. Negated what would have been another hit. And right now, ahead in the count, 1-2.
Yeah, Leake could counter the 8 for 8 by saying, but he's only 1 for his last 4 against me. That hit him on the foot. Well, Coughlin has been hitting Leake, so Leake has decided to hit Coughlin. Flip the script.
Just running. That's just all knee right there. League hoping to throw that back foot slider to the left-handed hitter. You just hope that thing goes down and the left-handed hitter swings over it, but never got the downward movement. Coughlin just wears it right in the knee. League asking if he's okay. Coughlin saying, I'm all right. I'm not going to steal a base here, so don't worry about it.
They shift against Rizzo, but not nearly as dramatically with that runner at first. They've got the shortstop Suarez near second base. And a swing and a miss.
Well, and watch Rizzo here. He's got one strike on him, but watch that right foot. He brings that up for the load. And again, we talked about earlier, what's kind of interesting is with 2 strikes, does not lift that foot. He hasn't subscribed to the, strikeouts, no big deal. He's up there, even as a big man, going to hit the ball hard, make contact.
There's a double play ball right to the shortstop. That's going to go 6-3 to end the inning. By the way, you were 8 out of 14 against Fernando Valenzuela. Not bad. 2-0 Chicago.
Lease an MKZ for $289 a month, plus competitive owners and lessees get $500 bonus cash only at your Lincoln dealer.
Everyone you meet, they're jamming in the street.
Four delicious flavors, one new Bud Light Lime Brita Fiesta Pack. Fiesta forever.
Welcome to the sleep revolution. All new Emergen Z, a natural way to power down with melatonin plus vitamin C and other antioxidants to work their magic while you sleep. Don't just sleep, revitalize. New Emergen Z, power down to power up.
Get Dad the brands pros trust with big Father's Day savings now at Lowe's, like this Bosch cordless drill, now only $99, and this Cobalt Mechanics tool set for only $99. So hurry into Lowe's and save on something he'll love.
Nose of a dog, heart of a Marine, sounds like a hero to me.
We got the Air Jordan of dogs here.
Come on, Max!
Max, rated PG, in theaters June 26th.
Tonight's telecast is sponsored by Microsoft Surface and by the new movie Max, in theaters everywhere June 26th. Top of the fourth, Kyle Hendricks and the Cubs leading Mike Leake in the Reds 2-0. 2, 3, and 4. Suarez, Votto, and Frazier for Cincinnati. One hit for the Reds. That was Christopher Negron in the second. Other than that, Hendricks has been in command.
Well, he really has. He's had great location, been able to spot any pitch, moving to both sides of the plate.
Suarez won the game yesterday, game-winning RBI single in the top of the 10th. That came after he fouled a suicide squeeze attempt earlier in the at-bat. Swing and a miss, strike 3. J.P. Morosi caught up with Cubs manager Joe Madden earlier.
Mom, where's Mom?
Hey, Joe, you got to be honest with me. What got the bigger reaction from your players, the Montero homer or the first sack bunt by a Cubs pitcher this year?
The first sack bunt, of course, we've been trying to get it done all year. I'm not a big sacrifice guy coming from the American League, but, of course, you want your pitchers to get it down once in a while. That was a big moment for us tonight.
Where is your mom, by the way?
She's up here somewhere in the section, the family section, but if it starts raining, I want to put her up in one of those suites up there.
Okay, Joe, one last baseball question for you. Russell and Bryant, obviously the 2 errors yesterday. They come back in the first inning, 2 great plays right off the bat. What does that say about their mentality they bring out here every day?
Believe me, it wasn't lost on me. It's you watch these guys every day. They work very hard every day at their craft. Yesterday, kind of an anomaly day for them. They're going to keep getting better, I'm telling you that. Not only defensively, but offensively, too. They're 2 really exciting young players.
Thanks so much, Joe.
My pleasure, buddy. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Good stuff from Joe Madden. Well, in the middle of a big league ball game, he's managing. He's going, hey, where's Mom? So he's locked in, but he likes to take it all in as well. The 2-1 on the way. Votto sends this one out into very deep left. Coughlin will watch it go into the bleachers and left. Joey Votto with number 14. He's got sick power to the opposite field.
Yeah, this pitch just up in the zone. Hendricks leaves this out over the plate. Votto. Yeah, see, I knew I was going deep. There isn't any part of the park that can hold Joey Votto. Watch this thing just going away. Back elbow tucked. Remember, Hendricks got Votto out on a similar type of pitch as far as movement. It's just the previous at-bat, he started it right at Votto's hip. He gave up on it. This time, started it out over the plate. Votto goes with it.
He used to hit a lot of home runs against the Cubs, but that's the first time in 2 seasons he's homered against the Cubs. Although we have to note, there's been a lot of last year on the disabled list, missed 100 games with the quad strain. I know it's cliche to say, but where would this Reds team be without Frazier and Votto? And right on cue, Frazier tucks one inside the third base bag, and that's going to be a double. With all their injuries, they really rely on these 2 guys.
Well, they've answered the bell, too. They're at the middle of this lineup. Votto hitting with the power again. In this pitch out over the plate. Bryant does a nice job, just can't get to it. Again, Hendricks has been so effective because he's been able to stay out of the middle part of the plate. He's been down in the zone. Both of those pitches up. Can't do that to good hitters, great hitters.
So Frazier's 100th career double. It's also his 37th extra base hit. He leads the majors in that category. Jay Bruce swings and misses on a changeup.
This is a guy for me that really, I mean, they're looking for him to return to form. Only hitting at a 217 clip. The slugging percentage, even though he's got 9 home runs, just above 400. He's a lot better than that. Back-to-back changeups.
Yeah, he was in a really good stretch, but lately has dropped back a bit. 6 for his last 38.
Well, remember, he had the knee surgery last year and then tried to come back. And that's just tough because then you're kind of chasing your tail. You're battling all year long. You're not 100% healthy. You're trying to play for the team. Then you get into some bad habits. You're favoring that knee a bit. Just hasn't been the same type of player as he was a few years ago.
I think he only missed the minimum or just more than that after knee surgery. Maybe came back too quickly.
Well, and it's similar to what's going on Victor Martinez over with the Tigers. If you lose your legs and you're a guy, you're a power hitter, it's going to create a lot of issues for you. Can't just come back and, it's going to get better the more you play. Spoken only by those who haven't gotten the box.
3-2, tying run now at second base. It's Negron on deck. Votto with an opposite field blast to put the Reds on the board.
I'd go out of the zone here. Go out of the zone and hope Bruce chases, but don't give him anything decent to hit. Got first base open. Set yourself up for a double play.
Swing and a miss. That pitch looked like it was in the zone, but he got the strikeout. Well, between innings, we got a bit of a weather update. Miguel Montero from Dan Bellino.
What time did you say?
You know what? They just walked out to Ron, which means it's probably about 15 to 20 minutes out. But the original prediction was that it wasn't going to be that heavy. I know it's all around. It doesn't look good, but we called the Weather Central.
We're good?
Yeah, we're good.
Spoken like a true Chicagoan. Dan Bellino's from here. He said, we're good. So that means we're good for at least the next 5 minutes.
We're good.
Some ominous looking clouds out over the lake. But we're dry for the moment. Tell you, the way this game started, these two starting pitchers were throwing like their hair was on fire. I don't know if it had anything to do with impending rain or not.
Well, both guys, again, like to throw strike. We've been seeing some great defense. Cubs swinging at some early pitches.
Negron with a hit tonight, but has not gotten on track offensively, getting in the 140s. Very versatile defensively. He's played every position already this season, aside from pitcher and catcher. Great view from the bleachers in left. Three and one.
Oh, we talked about the runners in scoring position. 207. You just figured, law of averages, it will get better.
Now full 3-2.
Thing about it, when you're on a ball club and it's made known that you struggle with runners in scoring position as a hitter, you press a little bit. You're aware of it, so you put a little extra pressure on yourself when you're in that box.
Off delivery. Softly bounced to Castro. Close at first. Safe is the call. And now they've got Frazier caught between third and home. Rizzo makes the tag. We'll piece it together when we come back. It's 2-1 Cubs in the fourth.
There's a drive to deep center field, and this could be the ball game. He's going back.
T-Mobile's network has more data capacity per customer than Verizon and AT&T. It's the network that's data strong all season long. Switch now and get a free subscription to MLB.com at-bat premium. Only at T-Mobile.
Hold me in the shadows. My heart ablaze. Hold me in the starlight. Escape with me. Burnt Robert, the essence of racing.
Johnny, the government said on property.
Well, get a lawyer and we'll sue him for your civil rights.
What defines a person? I've had to do some things I'm not proud of. Just $3 here.
Complex emotions.
I love you so much.
I am going to go 50 shades of bear on you tonight.
And a capacity for empathy.
Oh my God, are they okay?
Yeah, they're fine. They look happy. Yeah, they're waving at us. They're giving us a thumbs up.
Ted, what do you think?
I think I want to sleep on a bed made of your voice.
Rated R.
When we created the Silverado Rally Edition, we figured, why stop there? These 4 new Silverado Special Editions are just the beginning. From this year's fastest growing full-size truck brand, Chevy Silverado. Or Choose this Silverado All-Star with a total value of $8,000 when you finance through select lenders. And find your bonus tag and get an additional $1,000 to $2,000 cash allowance on select vehicles in stock.
Oh, he pops one into center field. Could be trouble. The ball bounces away. Here comes the runner for second base. It's going to be close. He beat the ball. He beat the ball.
Well, the Cubs maintaining their lead. The Reds got the homer from Votto. Todd Frazier tried to steal another run, but a heads-up play by Anthony Rizzo. And it's still 2-1. Strike on Chris Bryant. Single and a run in the second. Leak to the plate. Pulled into the left field corner. And Bryant at second is going to stop there with a double. So he's seen, what, 3 pitches in 2 at-bats.
Not wasting any time. Knows that Mike Leake is a strike thrower. Again, tucks that back elbow, brings the hands in. That really is a picturesque swing. That's a big man right there. Hustles easily into second base. Remember, Montero jumped on the first pitch in his last at-bat.
Lined it into the basket in center for a 2-run homer, and he hits a ground ball, diving stop, but that's all Negron can do. It'll be a hit for Montero, and the Cubs have runners at first and third with nobody out.
Negron does a nice job. Just pops out. It hits in the heel of the glove. Pops out. If he scrambles to it, no play at first. Prevents the run from scoring.
See how Brian Price chooses to play it here with his middle infielders. If he'll play for 2. Castro has been a big-time ground ball hitter this year. And they will play back for a shot at a double play. Try to stay out of the big inning. So 4 and 5 in the Cubs order. Bryant and Montero a combined 4 for 4. 2 singles, a double, a home run. On 5 pitches seen. And there is that double play ball, although throw's going to go to the plate. And he's out. Suarez took a bit of a chance, but he gets Chris Bryant. How about that play?
Well, Suarez makes, as you mentioned, an aggressive play. Don't think the Cubs were suspecting that they would come home, but may have got his foot under the tag. Oh, yeah.
And Joe Madden is going to challenge the call.
Yeah, it looks like he gets that left foot in there. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be surprised if they don't overturn this. Rule him safe.
So the big question is, especially if he's safe, if you're Brian Price, I mean, if Bryant is out, it's a great play. But if he's safe, you got to be thinking 6-4-3, right?
Well, if he's safe, what you've done is you've just opened up the possibility of a big inning. Now, it's really up to Suarez, and if he thinks that he's able to make that play, then it is what it is.
So if they find that conclusive right there, that the toe is on the plate, and it looked like it was, they should overturn it, but it's got to be conclusive to overturn.
It looks pretty conclusive to me.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Again, you just don't know what type of pictures you're going to see in New York or what they're looking at. I mean, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going with safe. But
you and I aren't in New York, Len.
No, we don't make that determination. And it seems like whatever we think is going to be called, it's something else. The other thing Suarez may have determined was that that ball wasn't hit that hard, and he might have been thinking,
well, and he
might
was
have
in.
been tough.
Right, he was in. I mean, he fielded that just off the grass. But even so, you'd like to record it out where you are in the lineup. You got Baxter and then the pitcher up next. Again, you're not going to win the game, but you can put your team in a real detriment right now if there is a big inning. Especially with possible weather around the corner.
We just saw some lightning off in the distance as they continue to review the call at the plate.
Just wonder what are you looking at? The longer it goes, then you go, man, it's pretty clear cut to me. Again, maybe they have a view or something that we haven't seen. Well, I'm being told that we've seen everything. Yeah, we are the only broadcast, so this is all the look. So I'm not really sure what it is that they could possibly be looking at to make them think that he was.
I guess
he was out.
The only tricky thing about home plate is that, when you're sliding into a base, you've got some elevation on the bag. The question is, can you see the foot down on home plate right there? I mean, it looks
like he goes right across it, right? I mean,
sure does.
It doesn't even look like that foot comes up.
Well, we're going to get the call. Safe is the call, so they do overturn it. And Joe Madden will keep his challenge. And it's now 3-1. And as you mentioned, this could set up to be a big inning now. Nobody out. And it will be Mike Baxter. Review took almost 4 minutes. And a fielder's choice RBI for Castro, his 30th run knocked in. So here is Baxter. So after going through all those scenarios, Mike Leake does have a fighting chance here to limit the damage because they are near the bottom of the order.
Right, you've got the number 8 spot up next, which again in this lineup is the pitcher. Obviously, this is the big at-bat.
Baxter with his 4th major league team. They'll try to turn 2 this time, and they will for the 6-3. So Leake makes his pitch. 2 outs in the inning. Runner at third. And here comes the pitcher.
Well, effectively, you retire the pitcher here, and would have been the same thing. You turn the double play, or you get the out. You let Bryant score. Really a great job right there by Mike Leake to induce Baxter to hit into the double play. Job not done yet, though.
Leake will go from the windup with a runner at third. Bob Brenly was working the game at San Francisco tonight with Joe Davis. He told me once hitting coach told him, if you feel like you're going to hit into a double play, strike out. Did you ever get that advice?
No, but tell you what, I did lead the league one year in hitting into double play, so I'm sure there were many of those that wished I would have struck out.
Montero, the runner at third. And a two-hopper to Suarez. And that will end the inning. The Cubs get one and lead the Reds 3-1 after 4.
Wow. Love the color.
Oh, thanks. I went to Lowe's and they helped me pick out the color and gave me a few tips to do it myself.
Well, it looks amazing.
You know, now that it's done, you know what else I'm going to finally try? Wearing a fedora.
Fedora twins!
Critics are tooting the horn for Inside Out. Toot, toot. It's a treat for everyone. Toot, toot, toot. Wildly original and inventive. It's the best Pixar movie since Up.
Where did you read that?
It doesn't matter. I read it, and it's great.
Inside Out, June 19th in 3D. Rated PG.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast, a Taco Bell original, is back in bottles and cans.
What?
Get some while you still can. Now with new Sangrita Blast.
This is the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. It comes with built-in wireless charging capabilities. The iPhone 6, yeah, no, not so much. Check it out. The S6 takes wider selfies that fit everybody. The iPhone 6 just cut off Nana. Nana? When you do the math, it's clear. 6 is greater than 6. The Galaxy S6 Edge. Not all smartphones are created equal.
16 wide eyes. Driver's license took 2 tries. Bought a Roadster secondhand. Playing parties with the band. Loaded up, off to state. Hijinks, tailgates, starter, midsize, family cruising. Now in the garage, something new reminds you of when you were you.
Welcome to the sleep revolution. All new Emergen Z, a natural way to power down with melatonin plus vitamin C and other antioxidants to work their magic while you sleep. Don't just sleep, revitalize. New Emergen Z, power down to power up.
Top of the 5th, 3-1 Chicago. JP, where are you? You're out there in right field somewhere, aren't you?
Len, I'm out here looking for some Eric Karros home run balls from 12 years ago that might have been unearthed in the renovations out here. Have not been able to find any yet, but I have encountered a few thousand of my new closest friends. So Wrigley Field, now a full sweep from right field to left. The bleachers are open. It really is great out here, Len. And I certainly had some concerns maybe originally. What would the scoreboards do to the vistas here at Wrigley Field? But it is magnificent out here.
Well, they've kept the ivy, the bricks, the baskets, the iconic scoreboard in center. The boards are very green, so it blends in. It has a Fenway feel to it, doesn't it?
I think it's beautiful. It still has retained a lot of its characteristics. It still has the ambiance.
Are you getting rained on now, John?
A little bit, Len, a little bit. Some of my friends here are scurrying for cover as we speak. They also included the rain here as well, Len. The Chicago weather has not changed from pre-renovation, but you're right. It does have that Fenway feel atop the monster. Same type of dynamic out here.
Mike Leake strikes out 2 down here in the Reds' 5th. This 5th inning obviously important in terms of weather factors. Once you get through 5, it's an official game. Yeah, talking to some guys and just reading their comments, JP, they said it was very strange to start this year without any fans behind them in the outfield. They opened left and center in May, and then on Thursday opened up right field. So it's back to normal, so to speak.
It is, Len, and I really think, as you say, Joe Madden has spoken about it, I think, publicly a lot about how they want to turn this into the big Wrigley home field advantage. Certainly this is part of it.
All right, take cover, JP, as Hamilton flies out. A quick 6-pitch inning for Kyle Hendricks. 3-1 Chicago.
Okay, guys, we've got 2 cars here, and we're going to start watching a movie in the Chevy Malibu.
He's flying.
Okay, guys, pause the movie. We're gonna watch the rest of it in the Toyota Camry. Hit play again.
What happened? You can't watch the movie. No network connection.
Who wants to go back in the Chevy Malibu?
Let's go. He's out.
Chevrolet, the first and only car company to bring built-in 4G LTE Wi-Fi to cars, trucks, and crossovers.
This is cool. Yeah.
Why pause a spontaneous moment to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom?
Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast, a Taco Bell original, is back in bottles and cans.
What? Get some while you still can. Now with new Sangrita Blast.
Tonight's telecast is sponsored by Chevrolet. Find new roads. Playing under a light rain here at Wrigley Field. Cubs batting in the bottom of the 5th. Mike Leake gave up 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th. Temperature has dropped a few more degrees. High humidity. Wind has stopped pretty much completely. And fouled away. Eric, I want to follow up on the renovations. The Cubs will have a brand new home clubhouse in 2016. What sort of effect can that have on free agents? Now, I think a lot of people want to come for a lot of reasons to be a Cub. This is a team on the upswing. But to add those modern baseball amenities can't hurt at all, can it?
Well, and when you figure that you're spending so much time during the course of a season in that clubhouse, probably more time there than you do on the field, I mean, that does play a role. You talk about your Mike Leake here, getting back to it right down the middle. Addison Russell takes that. But getting back to the amenities, that's one of the things that, you know, over the last few years, whether it's the batting cages, whether it's expanding the clubhouse, whether it's doing renovations in the stands, all of those things will have an impact favorably, I believe, for the Cubs.
That strikeout for Leake was his first of the night. A lot of people would be surprised to know how a pinch hitter or a pinch runner gets ready to come into the game. They clear the clubhouse. Guys can sprint the length of the clubhouse. They drop a net in front of where the lineup is posted. It's a multi-purpose room.
Well, that's the thing. Playing here, I realized that, you know, there were a lot of unfavorable things that the Cubs had to deal with. And I think that's one of the things that, you know, has played a role in the struggles for so many years. You know, and whether it's just getting loose as a pinch hitter, whether, as you mentioned, getting loose to go in and run. You know, those sort of things, you just don't have the amenities that you do at other ballparks. And when you're playing 81 games, it does make a difference. And if it costs you a couple games, that could be a division.
Not a lot of room, and if you get excited and you're sitting on the bench, you're going to conk your head if you stand up too quickly. But you learn your lesson.
Yeah, you do it once. Just saw some lightning right there.
The Lightning not very popular here in Chicago for more than one reason, as Votto tags the bag. 2 outs, and it'll bring up Coughlin. Been the every other inning syndrome for Mike Leake here early. He had a 1-2-3 first, faced just 3 batters in the third, but the second and the fourth much more problematic. The main reason for that is Bryant and Montero. As we said, a combined 4 for 4. Another ground ball. Leake will go cover. Barehanded play. Did he stay on the bag? He didn't. As Votto went behind the back. That'll be a hit for Coghlan.
See if Leake was able to hold that right foot on the bag. Yeah, he's out. Ooh. Yeah. Wanted to say out. Yeah.
I think.
Anything out?
Yeah, I think he kept his foot on the base, and they will challenge.
Unless there's some space. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, is that now? Where's his foot there? Because it's in the back of the glove. You know, it's when the ball hits the back of the glove.
So an NBA type assist for Votto if they overturn.
Doing his best, Steph Curry.
Well, usually it's a first baseman saving one of his infielders. In this case, it might be the pitcher saving Joey Votto.
I just don't know if he held. You know, the thing about it, it's a neat looking play, but Votto had time. He didn't need to go behind the back.
Joe Madden challenged a play that actually bought his team a run on the overturn in the bottom of the fourth. Brian Price now trying to make this an out.
Do we want to play guess the outcome here? I'm going to say they're not going to overturn this.
You think it's going to stand?
Right there.
It's not conclusive.
Yeah, not conclusive. It's not.
I'm between.
No, you can't be between,
Okay.
Len. You got to go one or the other. We're playing guess the outcome.
The more
here.
I watch it, the more I'm with you.
All right. So are you with me or are you without me?
I'm with you.
All right.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right. We're saying. So we are saying that he will be ruled safe. For those of you at home.
I'm sure I'm not the only one who has this idea, but I do wonder at some point if they're going to put a time limit on the review.
Oh!
And there you go. So
We just lost the show. We both go down.
after 5, 3-1 for the home team.
Code and don't drive a Dodge, you'd be pretty offended right now.
One day, a rider made a decision. The decision to ride on and save money. He decided to save money by switching his motorcycle insurance to Geico. There's no shame in saving money. Ride on, ride proud. Geico Motorcycle. Great rates for great rides.
There's a drive to deep center field, and this could be the ball game. He's going back.
T-Mobile's network has more data capacity per customer than Verizon and AT&T. It's the network that's data strong all season long. Switch now and get a free subscription to MLB.com at-bat premium. Only at T-Mobile.
Be one with it, and it will be one with you. Be one with your tires, and the road will be one with you. Hang up tires.
Head and Shoulders with Old Spice. America's #1 male dandruff brand. Keeping you 100% flake-free, guaranteed, while smelling 100% handsome. Take a whiff. Head & Shoulders with Old Spice.
Tonight's telecast is sponsored by the Dodge Brothers. 100 years later, their spirit lives on. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. So the Wrigley Field grounds crew quickly getting into action here as it's raining a little harder. And we will be delayed before we play the 6th inning.
Easily the hardest working grounds crew in all of baseball. Weather here in Chicago could turn on a dime.
So it's 3-1 Cubs as we await the 6th inning. We're going to send you to Baltimore in the time being. It's the Yankees and the Orioles, so let's go there now.